Hey everyone, welcome to Micro Adventures. I'm Ellie, this is Josiah, and today we are going to do a full body workout. We're going to use our cables. So listen, I've got this sequenced so that you can start with your cable cuffs attached to the back edge of your carriage, and then just go ahead and set each of your straps kind of off to the side for now. We'll hook them on when we're ready to use them, and then we'll detach them when we're done with them so they're not dragging under the machine too much. You are gonna want as much space as you can get behind your micro. Don't worry about any space in the front of the machine. And then you will wanna remove your rear handlebars if you have them on. They're just gonna get in the way for a few moves we're gonna do today. Cool. We'll kick things off on one white spring. And we're going to begin in a reverse super crunch. So you're gonna be seated on top of your carriage. Feet are gonna hook underneath your back platform. And a couple options with the arms to start. So hands can be across the chest, out in front of heart center, overhead for a little more intensity, behind the head. But let's go ahead and just start by extending out through the legs slowly and with control. And then you're gonna exhale, bend through the knees and bring your chest towards your knees. So hinging at the hips, lean back, lengthen out. Big exhale, squeeze through the abs. I want you to really focus on the part where you're bending your knees. I need that to come from the lower part of the abdomen. So scooping through the low belly and really getting that squeeze and engagement in the low abs. Upper abs are gonna work too, right? So as you hinge back away from the back platform, you're getting some tension in the upper part of the core, right? So really warming up the whole body. Make sure that you're not just going through the motions. So slow yourself down, turn off your hip flexors, keep the focus in the core. In 4, we're gonna take it back just halfway, little hold. In 3, 2, send it back just like halfway. Give me a little pulse forward with the chest, a little pulse in with the knees, a little pulse here. Upper and lower body crunch. You've got just 10 seconds. We're gonna get into a giant reverse saw, knees on top of the carriage, forearms to the back platform in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go giant reverse saw. So knees are on top of your carriage, forearms are gonna come to the back platform. You're gonna find a kneeling forearm plank, right? Set your shoulders away from your ears, push down into the forearms, lift the space between your shoulder blades, squeeze your glutes, strong core. We'll start to slide away from the back platform, one long line from the crown of your head through your knees, and then you're gonna use your abs and your lats to draw your chest forward, stopping once you're over the back platform again. So it's this sawing motion, right? We're just sliding our body forward and back in space. Okay, squeeze your glutes a little bit more to give your lower back a little bit more support. Actively push down through the forearms and lift your abs away from the floor the whole time you're here. Okay, turn your head side to side. Make sure you're not feeling the tension in the neck and the shoulders. And for those of you looking for a little extra challenge, try to keep your shoulders behind your elbows the whole time you're in the move. Good. In 4, let's take it back halfway and hold. In 3, 2, take it back halfway and hold. We're gonna go forward an inch, back an inch. Let's go 10 seconds here. Knees stay, we come up to the hands. It's giant reverse wheelbarrow in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. So walk it up to the hands. I like to use the rails, and I like to point my thumbs forward on top of the rails, knuckles wrapped to the floor. So again, we're gonna find the strong plank position, right? Just like in our saw, we're sliding forward and back. Make sure your neck is staying in neutral alignment. That means you're not looking straight forward or tipping your chin towards your chest. Great job, Josiah. And then we're just gonna start to layer in. So we're gonna do one wheelbarrow, and then we're just gonna layer in a little kneeling crunch. So next time the shoulders are over the wrist, you're just gonna think kind of like a cat's back spine, little rounding through the core, little crunch, yeah. And you can think about this kind of like how we did that reverse super crunch, right? So think about how the knees were bending in and we were squeezing through the lower part of the abdomen. That is exactly what you're doing here. So it's one wheelbarrow, one little lower body crunch. Good, beautiful job. All right. We've got just about 15 seconds here. We're gonna move from our core work right into some inner thigh work, right? Inner thighs, core, they're connected. So in just about 10 seconds, we'll bring our right knee to the back platform. Left knee will stay on top of the carriage. You've got reverse kneeling inner thighs in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So right knee comes to the back platform, left knee to the carriage. Upright your spine, strong glutes, strong core. We'll start to send it out. Great transition, by the way, Josiah. Hopefully y'all's transition was just as good. And then option here as you do this one to start floating the arms. So as you send the carriage out, maybe floating those arms all the way up overhead, and then bringing the hands back beside your hips as you squeeze and zipper up through the body. So really think about squeezing your thighs all the way together here and growing taller through your spine. Right, so focus in on your posture. Think about length through the crown of the head, length down through the tailbone, space between each of the vertebrae along your spine. And then our body weight is even. That's super important. You're not gonna see this move again, so make sure you're working through both legs evenly. In 4, we're gonna take it out halfway, little hold in 3, 2, let's take it out that halfway point hold. From here, squeeze your abs, roll your shoulders back, lengthen through the crown of the head. Now draw the carriage in 1 more inch and just hold. Feel that extra squeeze and tension in the inner thighs. Hang on to it. Keep breathing through it. You're here for 4. For 3, 2, squeeze it in 1 more inch again and just hold. Keep breathing. Again, grow taller through the crown of the head. Strong abs. You're here for 4. For 3, we're going all the way out in 2 and 1. Send it out first and then slowly all the way back in. So this is our opening to our leg series. We are headed to a giant lateral lunge next. Your right foot is going to be on top of the back platform. Your left foot's going to be on the carriage. And giant lateral lunge really looks like a single leg squat. So if that's what you know it by, great. In about 13 seconds, we're going to stand up. Right foot on the back platform, left foot on the carriage. We go giant lateral lunge with a skate in 3, in 2, and 1. So carefully stand it up. We'll place the right foot on the back platform, the left foot on the carriage, and you can kind of stagger your feet. So right foot maybe slightly more forward than the left. We're gonna sit the hips down and back. So it's like a single leg squat. Sit all the way down, pause. From here, you're gonna skate your left leg in. So again, inner thighs. You're gonna lengthen the left leg out and then drive through the heel of the right foot, slowly come to standing. And this is one where I really like to use my arms. So as I sit back into that lateral lunge, I send the arms forward, and then you can kind of row the elbows back as you skate the left knee in, send the arms forward again, and then drive through the right heel as you lift up. So sometimes can help us slow things down a little bit just to get the arms moving a little bit. Pause, right? Slow skate in, slow extension out, big drive through the right heel as we lift up. Now as you're moving through this one, you want very little pressure in the left leg, right? The focus here is our right leg. You want to think single leg squat on that right side. And check in with your right knee. You want to make sure it stays behind your toes the whole time you're in the exercise. Good. All right, friends. First couple leg moves are a killer. Actually, I think this whole leg series is pretty freaking tough. So I want you to do your very best to stay in every move just a little bit. Right? Try not to bail out of the move completely. If you need a little bit of a rest, make the movement a little bit smaller, work a little higher, but stay in it. In 4, down and hold. In 3, 2, bring it down, hold. We're just gonna do that light skater. Keep it going. Final 20 seconds in this move. We are going to back lunge next. So it will be a quarter turn to our right. We'll hop our right foot over the back platform. We'll keep our left toes tucked to the carriage. We're going back lunge in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. So quarter turn to the right. Good. Right foot will step over the back platform. Left toes will stay tucked wherever they're comfortable in the carriage. Nice. And then see if you can back your right calf up against the back platform and try to keep it just gently resting against the back platform as you do this move. That is really gonna help make sure that your knee isn't drifting forward or that your knee isn't drifting back behind the ankle, right? So if you've got your calf or ankle kind of backed up against the back platform, it should just lightly be resting against it, okay? If the calf pulls away from the back platform, that means your knee is pushing forward. And if your leg is really digging into the back platform, it means your knee is drifting back, right? So it's just a nice little safety net for us. In 4, we're gonna come down into this lunge and hold. Big hinge forward in 3, 2, 1, bring it down, hold, hug your right outer hip back, front of left hip crease forward. See if you can hinge forward from the hips a little more, maybe sweep those arms back, palms face the ceiling, squeeze your triceps, squeeze your back, pump the arms up towards the sky, strong through your core. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, energy down on that right heel, stay low for 4, 3, 2, drive through the right heel, slowly and with control, lift it up. Do not let your calf drift away from that back platform, don't let it press into it either, keep it nice and steady. Okay, your shin is staying perpendicular to the floor here. Awesome work, friends. Stay focused, stay in it. On deck, we are going to be going 2 black springs, and we're gonna clip on our cables. So we have a single leg deadlift for our right leg, so we'll be set up behind your back platform facing forward. Just know you need 2 black springs, and you need to hook up your cables while you're up there. You've got 10 seconds left in this lunge. If you wanna hold the lunge down for your final 8, go for it. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2 black springs. Let the carriage drift forward. You're gonna go 2 black springs. We'll hook up our cables here, and it's gonna be right foot forward, left foot's gonna kind of stagger stance, cables in hand, right? You're gonna pull the cables to you, so palms face back, use your lats, soft bend in the right knee. Now from here, you are going to hinge at your hips. So send your hips back as your arms travel straight down your leg, drive through your right heel, squeeze your right glute, lift up. So this is a hip hinging exercise, which means you are hinging at your hips, your glutes are kind of going back, and your spine stays really long. Now, right away, if you feel any tension in your lower back, I want you to ditch the cables and just practice the form in this move. Good. For my challengers, right, you do have an option here to float your left leg, so keep pulling the cables back towards you. Option to float the left leg as you do your hip hinge, right? But just notice if you feel the work more or less in the back of the right leg, right? The right leg is the focus and the goal, so make sure you're still feeling it there. If you need more resistance on your cables, you're gonna step away from the machine a little bit. You should be working really hard to keep those cables close to your body. Lats engage, that helps engage our glute a little bit more in this move. And this one is super tough. You're doing awesome here. We've got a stationary lunge on deck. We will be stepping our right foot beside the back platform and our left foot really far back so we can get into our stationary lunge with a bicep curl. You don't have any pulses or holds in this move. I just want you moving nice and slowly here, right? See if you can take that tempo even slower. Maybe start to create a little bit of those tremors and those shakes in the leg. We've got 15 seconds until our stationary lunge with a bicep curl. Keep your cables. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. So step your right foot beside your back platform. Left foot steps really far back. And from here, we're bending through both knees as we find a bicep curl on the way down. Left knee dips down nice and low. Drive through the right heel, slowly lift up. I want a tiny hinge forward from the hips so that you're feeling your body weight in your right heel. Good, feet about hip distance apart. Beautiful. And if you need more resistance on the cables, you can choke up on the cables, right? Or you can step back if you have more space behind you. But I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that I know y'all don't necessarily all have like a huge at-home gym, so you might be a little pushed for space. I want you to take the space you have and make it work. In 4, let's hold it low in this lunge. In 3, 2, I want you to sink it down. Find your lowest point, find that bicep curl. Flex your arms. You're gonna pulse down through the legs as you curl up with the arms. Little pulse with the arms, little pulse with the legs. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Can you dip a little lower? Left knee closer to the floor. Here's 4, 3, 2, nice, and 1. Full range of motion. Do not explode. Do not walk out your knee at the top. Take it right back down. All right. So up next, we haven't done this move in a while. It is a side lying leg press with our cable. So the foot strap that is currently hooked to your left hand is going to be going around your right foot. We'll be lying on our left hand side, kind of close to the back platform, and we're going to get into a leg press with the cable. Okay, so you've done this move a lot, side lying on the front of the machine with the bungee. We've got just about 20 seconds. So keep going down and up, slow as you can. Pause in the bottom of your lunge, linger where it gets hard. In 4, down, hold. In 3, 2, down, hold. Give me those little pulses with the legs, with the arms. We're going side lying leg press. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the cable in your left hand. You're gonna step over to that side of the machine. Lie down on your left-hand side. The cable goes around your right foot. The opposite cable can just go to the floor. It can rest on top of your carriage, whatever is comfortable. Once you're lying down on your left-hand side, see if you can prop yourself up onto your left forearm, and we're gonna get into a leg press. So we're gonna bend the right knee for me, Josiah, and then extend the leg out. Now, if you need a little more resistance, you're gonna scoot past your back platform even more. And try to kind of elongate through the spine. I want left side waist lifting. And in this move, if you're looking for a little bit more for your core, you can go ahead and prop yourself up on the forearm on this one. Not a problem, because we've got a little bit more height with this cable than we typically do with some of the other stuff. So that knee is stopping right in front of the hip. Knee is over the heel. We're pushing through the heel, lengthening through the leg, getting a lot of engagement in your glute. Good. In 4, we're gonna send it out and hold. In 3, 2, send the leg out nice and straight, hold. Good, roll your right hip forward for me. Good, Josiah. Now from here, let's lift the leg up a couple inches, back down a couple inches. Strong flex through the right foot, you're lifting up and down. Try to keep your hips perfectly stacked. You're building some pressure in the side of the glute. You're here for 4, for 3, 2, hold the leg steady. From here, we're gonna start to draw a little rainbow with the leg. So go ahead and lift the leg up and tapping back, and then up and forward. Yep, so big as you can with that leg, little opening out and back. And you don't necessarily have to tap the floor per se, but just rainbowing that leg forward and back. So the right foot's going towards the floor in front of you, and then rainbowing up and back. Good. You should be feeling this in the side of the glute like crazy. Listen, this is the last thing we're doing on this right leg. We're moving right on into the right oblique next. In 4, let's hold the leg center. In 3, 2, hold the leg through center. Go back to that leg press. So bending through the knee, and then slowly stretching it back out. You've got just about 20 seconds left. We're gonna finish out with those straight leg lifts. In 3, 2, straighten out the right leg. Give me all straight leg lifts to the end of this. Roll your right hip forward, stack it on top of your left. Little pulses here, a little up and down, just a few inches. You have a tailbone torso twist for your right oblique. Continue to face the same direction. Come to that tailbone position behind your back platform. The same cable on your foot comes into your hands. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tailbone torso twist. Take that cable off your foot, take it into your hands. Have a seat behind your back platform. You're facing the same direction, and from here, hinge back. You're gonna twist through the torso and come back through center. So the cable is gonna be lower than your chest, right? We're twisting through our waistline here. Right away, if you need more resistance, we're scooting back. Chin up off the chest for me, Josiah. Less resistance, you're scooting closer to your back platform. And we're going nice and slowly here. Take your time. Try to turn off the arms, really focus the work in your waistline here. Awesome. Okay. So this is we're gonna take a little break from using the cables for a little bit after this torso twist. So I want your cables to just be tossed off to the side because we're gonna use the top of our carriage a little bit. Good. In 4, let's hold this twist. In 3, 2, let's twist to the right, hold. Give me a little pulse, Really squeeze the right oblique, squeeze through the waistline. We're gonna toss our cables just kind of out of the way. We're going 1 white spring. You have a giant twisted crunch, forearms to the carriage, knees to the back platform. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you'll just toss your cables off to the side. We go 1 white spring, knees on top of the back platform. Forearms are gonna be on top of your carriage. Once you're there, you're gonna find that kneeling forearm plank, and then you're gonna swivel your hips a little to the left. So we want our right oblique slightly facing the floor. From there, it's a twisted crunch. You're gonna push into the forearms, lift through the waistline. Awesome, perfect, Josiah. And the more you kind of push those cables out to the sides, the less they're gonna get caught on the machine and bother you. Beautiful. So focus here, big side body crunch. We've done quite a bit of crunching today already, right? really hitting those abs over and over and over again, and this oblique series is no different. Check in with your neck, right? And remember, if this is a little bit too intense as we move through these next couple exercises, you can always take these moves to the front of the machine. That's gonna be a little bit more friendly, right? A little bit kinder. Good. In 4, let's hold that crunch. In 3, 2, find a little halfway crunch hold. Give me a little pulse, little tiny pulse, sharp exhale through the waistline. You're here for 10 seconds. We are going giant twisted bear for your right oblique. It's only gonna be 30 seconds. You have 4, 3, 2, come up to the hands, come up to the toes. We're going giant twisted bear, right side only. So you're gonna keep that right hip swiveled towards the floor, both knees bend towards your left shoulder. Perfect, Josiah. So just keep twisting those knees towards the left shoulder, squeezing through the right oblique. And like I said, you only have 30 seconds here. We're gonna have a seat next. Glutes on the back platform, heels on top of your carriage. You're gonna give me around the world crunches. You have 7, 6, 5, stay in it. 4, 3, 2, 1, have a seat. Glutes to the back platform, heels on top of your carriage. Arms are gonna extend out in front of heart center, chest lifted, shoulders back. Hinge back till you feel your abs catch. Squeeze your glutes to take the tension out of your hip flexors. We'll open one arm slowly out to the side, pause, slowly bring it back in, and go right to the other side. So think about this like length through the spine, this big lift through the chest, the legs aren't moving. If you're looking for a little bit more, you could try tapping that hand down to the floor. And I want you to be really slow and almost kind of robotic about this, right? So we're twisting through the waistline and you're really trying to keep the torso lifted, the chest open, the collarbones broad. All right, I want you to refocus your energy, take some deep breaths here because we're gonna knock out our giant twisted bear for the left oblique next. So remember, it is just 30 seconds. Hands to the carriage, feet to the back platform in 4, in 3, 2, let's go giant twisted bear, side 2, 30 seconds. Get into it quickly. Knees swivel towards your right shoulder. You're crunching through the left oblique. So lengthen out, full twisted plank, and then bend through the knees, crunch through the waistline. Awesome work here, Josiah, so strong. I know this one's really tough. Be mindful of where you place your hands. If you walk them further forward, it's going to be more challenging. So if you want that extra challenge, go get it. You've got under 15 seconds to go. We're almost there. You're coming down to the knees, down to the forearms, giant twisted crunch, left oblique in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, forearms down. I'm so freaking proud of you. Okay, swivel your hips slightly to the right. Left oblique is doing that side body crunch. I need you to relax your shoulders, lengthen out through the neck, breathe into this, and slow yourself down. Okay, you are moving through quicksand. Slow it down. And the only thing that matters is you in this move right now. Right, everything we did up until this point, I want you to forget about it. I don't want you looking forward and worrying about what you still have to do. I want you to be in this crunch, because if you're gonna be here, let's freaking be here, right? And through all of this struggle and all of these moves comes our strength, right? So the more challenging you can make it for yourself by slowing things down, by really paying attention to your form, right? The more you're building strength. Let's hold this crunch in 3, 2, find a little bit of a crunch, hold, give me those little pulses, final 10 seconds. We are going back to 2 black springs. You've got a tailbone torso twist facing the opposite direction. So your left oblique will be facing away from your machine. In 3, 2, 1, let the carriage drift forward. You're gonna go ahead and load on those 2 black springs, and you're gonna go torso twist. So you are facing the direction opposite of what you faced earlier. Once you have the cable in hand, you're twisting to the left. So your right oblique is beside the back platform, your left oblique is facing away, and I want you to really focus on your left oblique pulling that cable across your body. Good, great job getting set up in this. So anytime you're in a tailbone position, you want your collarbones broad, your shoulders relaxed. You do want to hinge back till you feel a little catch in the abs, right? And you don't want to feel your hip flexors really gripping on you. So if your hip flexors are feeling really grippy, I want you to work a little more upright. And then I also want you to squeeze your glutes like crazy, because that can really help us get out of the hip flexors. Good, focus on that twist through your waistline. We will be picking up both cables next. We're gonna hit some upper body work. You have a tree hugger on deck, so you'll be seated on the back platform, cables in hand facing away from your machine. Let's twist this time and hold. Little twist, hold, give me those pulses. 10 seconds in those pulses. Tree hugger is on deck, seated on the back platform facing away from the machine in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So grab both of your cables, have a seat on your back platform. Good. And you might need to come down to the foot straps to get enough length in the cables for this whole series. Elbows soft. Arms are about chest height. You're gonna open those arms out wide and then squeeze through the chest, draw your palms together. Awesome. So if you need a little more resistance, right, we can always sit behind the back platform on the floor. If you're feeling a lot of tension in your shoulders, that's also a nice option because it gets you a little bit lower, so you're pulling up on the cables less. Try to relax the hips, think about length through the spine, strong core here. And we're gonna focus a bit in this upper body series. We're gonna do chest, shoulders, biceps. That's kind of our goal here. So focus in form, tempo. And those are the muscles we really wanna squeeze and activate, right? Mindfully engage. In 4, take the arms out wide and hold. In 3, 2, take the arms out wide, hold. Little pulse, little 1-inch pulse. Squeeze the corners of your chest. You're here for 10 seconds. We're going serve the platter. Try not to take a break. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your elbows to the fronts of the rib cage, palms face up, lift your chin off your chest, send your fingertips forward, and then bend the elbows back in. Really strong through your core. Send the arms forward, bending back in. If you need more resistance, choke up on your cables. Good. Posture, super important in this one. Anytime we're really upright through the spine, I want you to think about lengthening through the crown of the head, creating space between the vertebrae of your spine. And the reason I care about that so much is because we spend so much of our day bent over, hunched over, seated, funny, like in all these different awkward positions, right? So this is a chance to kind of undo some of what we've done to ourselves throughout the day. In 4, let's send it forward and hold. In 3, 2, send it forward, hold. Tap your pinkies in. They don't actually have to touch, just little taps in. We're gonna come up to standing, keep your cables. You'll have a hinged bicep curl. In 4, 3, 2, keep your cables, come up to standing. You're gonna find a staggered stance. So 1 foot forward, kickstand the other foot back. You're gonna hinge forward from the hips a little bit, and then elbows are gonna be slightly in front of the ribs or right beside the body, and we're gonna go right into a bicep curl. I think Josiah, you like having your foot on top of the back platform for this one. Good, slow and controlled here. So elbows need to stay right where they're at. Big flex of the biceps, right? Big curl. And then check in with the wrist. Really, really important to me that you're not bending at your wrist joint, okay? We're not straining our wrists. This is about your biceps. Look at your biceps, flex them, squeeze them, and isolate them. Really strong here through the core. Awesome job. This is the last little thing we're doing here before we get back into our leg series. So we've got a couple more moves with these cables, then we'll be ditching them to finish things off. In 4, hold the curl. In 3, 2, hold that curl. Give me little pulses, little pulses. Flex your biceps, strong through your core, shoulders relaxed, chin is off your chest. You have 10 seconds here. We're gonna turn around, single leg deadlift, left leg forward. In 4, keep your cables. In 3, 2, keep your cables. Turn it around. Left foot forward, kickstand the right foot behind you. Palms face in, you're gonna pull the cables in towards you. So turn on your lats, strong through your core. You are hip hinging forward. So the cables stay really close to your left leg the whole way down. Drive through your left heel to lift up. So you wanna think about your arms just lowering straight down and straight up. So the cables aren't allowing your arms to drift forward and back. Keep pulling the tension on the cables towards you. Try to keep your arms the same spot in space as you do this. And then you do have the option to add that flow to the leg if you did on the other side, or you could just try it out on this side. You're always welcome to float the leg for a while and then set it back down and kickstand it. I sometimes like to alternate between the two. And remember You should feel zero tension in your lower back as you do this move. If you are feeling any strain in your lower back, I want you to ditch the cables and I want you to just focus on the form here, right? Just focus on that hip hinge and then actively driving down through your left heel, engaging the glute, right? We're hinging at our hip creases. Your back stays really flat. Your lats are staying super engaged the entire time. Great job. We've got just about 35 seconds to go on this one. Okay, our stationary lunge with a bicep curl is coming up next. Right, so for the sake of saving space, it's gonna be our left foot beside the back platform. Our right foot takes a big step back. Good, focus in on your form, right? Keep drawing the cables towards you. Find a little more length in the spine, tighter through the abs, right? And really send your glutes back. Really get that hip hinge. Your left knee should stay soft the entire time you do this one. Let's go 14 seconds. Stationary lunge with a bicep curl. Keep your cables. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. So left foot steps beside your back platform. Right foot takes a big step back, and we're gonna go bicep curl as we drop down into that stationary lunge. Drive through the left heel, slowly lift up. So I do want you to find just a little bit of a hinge forward from the hips in this one. So you're bringing just a tad more body weight into the left leg. This looks awesome, Josiah. So as you do this, you're trying to find a 90-degree bend in both knees, right? So we're trying to get our left thigh parallel to the floor. We're trying to dip that right knee down to the floor. Awesome. And then the slower you go, the more you get. Okay, so pay attention to your pace here. I know it might feel like you're already moving really slow, but what would happen if you went even slower? And what would happen if you paused at the bottom of this lunge? Right, and notice how you start to feel it more in your muscles, and maybe you're starting to get a little tremory, a little shaky. Now that is someplace I want you to explore, rather than just like wanting to move out of the pain, right? I want you to try to get curious about how far you can take this sensation in your body, right? How much can you get your muscles to shake, right? What can you do to make this even more challenging on yourself, right? Maybe kind of stepping out of your body a little bit and playing witness to what's going on. Give it a shot. Get curious about how much you can make it burn. In 4, hold it down. In 3, 2, bring it down, hold. Little pulse with the legs, little curl with the arms. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to full range. Listen, you've got 28 seconds left in this exercise. You got one more little set of pulses. I kind of went on a little bit of a TED talk, so we're almost done with this move. Side lying, leg press is next. The cable in your right hand is going on your left foot. Yeah, I got that right. In 4, down hold. In 3, 2, down hold. Pulse through the legs, pulse through the arms. Drop it down. Get as low as you can. You're here for 5. We go leg press in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ditch the cable in your left hand. Take the cable that was in your right hand. It goes around your left foot. You're going to lie on down onto your right side. And I usually am setting up kind of right next to the back platform, the number 4 area. So play around with it. If you need more resistance, you're scooting your body past the back platform. Less resistance, you're scooting closer to the front platform. And trust me, a couple inches in each direction does make a big difference. Good. Maybe placing your left hand on top of your left hip here and just making sure the hips are perfectly stacked. Right, we're bending through the knee, we're pushing through the heel, slowly sending it out through the left leg. So this is gonna be our finisher for our leg series. We've got a couple variations out of this leg press. And then, this is not the finisher for our leg series. This is the finisher with the cable work. I'm sorry, you have 2 leg exercises left to go. 2 leg exercises, okay? So, here's the deal. When we finish with this cable, we're gonna unclip our cables and just toss them across the room because we're done with them. And we're gonna get into our giant lateral lunge with the skate. That's what you have coming for you. Okay, take a deep breath, breathe. Let's send the left leg out and hold right here. Strong straight leg. We're gonna lift it up a few inches, back down a few inches. Do not let your left hip roll open towards the ceiling. Left hip stays stacked. Keep your toes pointed the same direction as your belly button. We're just lifting and lowering. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Let's go 10 seconds like this. We're gonna get into those little rainbows forward and back. In 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Let's hit those little rainbows. So a little semicircle with the leg. We're tapping it forward towards the floor. We're tapping it back towards the floor. Perfect, right? The bigger that rainbow is, the more challenging it's going to be, but keep your hips stacked, right? And work in a range of motion that feels right for you. Good, beautiful control here. Keep lifting your right side waist away from the floor, right? If you've taken that option to prop yourself up on the right forearm, make sure you're not sinking into the right shoulder. We're lifting the right oblique away from the floor. In 4, we're gonna go back to our leg press. In 3, 2, hold the leg steady, bend through the knee. Let's go right into that leg press. Listen, you've got just about 20 seconds left in this move. We're gonna take off our cables. We're going 1 white spring. Awesome job. In 4, send the leg out straight. In 3, 2, send it out straight. Little lifts, little straight leg lifts. This takes you to the end of this move. 10 seconds. We ditch our cables. 1 white. You have a giant lateral lunge. Left foot on the back platform. In 3, 2, and 1. So let the carriage close. We're going to go 1 white spring. We're going to unclip our cables, right? So just unclip those little suckers off. And we're gonna go giant lateral lunge. So once you've got those cables off, you'll go ahead and step your left foot to the back platform. Your right foot's gonna hook wherever you like it on the carriage. And we'll get into that giant lateral lunge, pausing at the bottom for our skate. Nice job, Josiah. Okay. Get yourself steady. If you need a balancing tool, grab one. Let's focus in here. So back to some standing work, right? We've been on the floor quite a bit today. We've been seated quite a bit today, so hopefully that's been nice. Nice little change of pace. Okay, if we want to add in the arms to this one, right, as we sit down into the squat, you'll just sweep the arms forward, hips drift straight back, right? We'll row the elbows in as we hit that little skate. Send the arms forward, and then drive through left heel, slowly lift it up. Now, as we're doing this one, make sure left hip, left knee, left middle toes are all staying pretty lined up. What we don't want to happen is our left hip jutting out to the left, right? And remember, body weight is predominantly over your left leg. You can think about this giant lateral lunge much like a single leg squat. Good, chin is off your chest, right? Think about length through the spine, right? As we do this single leg squat, it's a lot like our hip hinge, right? Length through the spine, strong core. A lot like that deadlift we were doing earlier because you're hinging at your hip creases. Great job here. Breathe through it. Here's the deal. We literally have 2 exercises to go. 2, just 2, okay? So we're practically there, people. But this last little bit, we really need to dig a little bit deeper. We need to finish out this side of the body as strong as we did the first side of the body. So in 4, we're gonna bring it down, we're gonna hold. In 3, 2, bring it into that giant lateral lunge. Hold, give me that skater, just the skater. Stay low, sit your left glute back behind you, squeeze your inner thighs to slide the right leg forward and back. Awesome work. You've got 15 seconds until you hit your back lunge. So we'll keep the carriage, we'll hop our left foot to the floor, and then it's a quarter turn to the left. You've got back lunge in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go back lunge. So left foot's gonna come to the floor behind the back platform. Right toes are gonna stay on the carriage wherever they're comfortable. Try to get your feet hip width apart. Hips and shoulders are squared to the back of your workout space, right? Big hinge forward at the hips as you come down. Load the work down through the left heel. Drive through left heel, squeeze left glute, slowly lift up. Now, to make sure we're maintaining our form, you wanna back your left calf up against the back platform so it's just lightly resting against it. You'll know that you're coming out of alignment if your calf pulls away from the back platform or if it's pushing uncomfortably into the back platform. Pause. What's that?
More like your Achilles tendon.
It's like your Achilles tendon. So not so much the calf, more like your Achilles tendon, which is a little sensitive, so you don't really want to push that into the platform too hard, right? Good. in 4. We're gonna hold this lunge in 3, 2, bring it on down, hold. Wrap your outer left glute back, front of right hip crease forward, hinge forward a little more. Sweep the arms back, palms face up, strong straight arms. Pump them up, stronger through your core, energy down through your left heel. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. Slowly lift it up. Do not explode, do not lock out your knee. You've come too far, you've worked too hard. I will not let you reset your muscles now. Stay in it because you deserve what you're building, right? You've worked so hard to get to this moment, right? Don't quit now. These last few seconds of working this leg are where it really matters the most, where all of these little drops of equity that you've been dropping into a bucket on this left leg throughout this entire left leg series, here is where they come to fruition. Here is where we actually create the change in our body. You've got 20 seconds left in this move, right? If you want to hold it down for the final 10, I will allow it. We did it on the first sign. You're gonna meet me in a giant reverse plank when we finish this move, so don't let go of your carriage. Both feet to the carriage, both hands to the back platform. Last 5 of this lunge. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Giant reverse plank. I told you this is your last exercise. Nice transition, Josiah, very impressive. From here, we're gonna go 1 bear. Bend the knees, draw them in towards the chest. We're gonna go 1 plank to pike. Beautiful. 1 tap. So 1 foot to one side, tap it up, foot to the other side, tap it up. 1 bear, 1 pike, 1 tap. You probably only have time to go through these moves, maybe each of them 2 or 3 times. I want you to go super slow. It's not about how many reps you can do, it's about the quality of your movement. If you start to fail on your toes, you come to your knees and you give me a wheelbarrow or 2, and then you come back up to the toes. Right here, this is the final 20 seconds of your workout. Keep lifting your hips, keep squeezing through your core, strong glutes, push down through the heels of the hands, dome the space between your shoulder blades. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, keep moving. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose, you are done. Sit your hips to your heels, stretch your arms forward. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Allow your hips to drop back a little heavier towards your heels. Release your forehead. One more time. Deep breath in. Open mouth. Exhale. Let it go. Let's make our way up to a comfortable seat. Okay, turn to face us. We're going to do a little quick side body stretch. So inhale, circle sweep, arms reach up. Right hand captures left wrist, up and over, a little bit of a side body stretch, length through the waistline. We'll lift up through center. Left hand captures right wrist, and then up and over, side body stretch. Good, breathe in, lift up through center. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, deep breath in, circle sweep, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome, awesome freaking job. Thank you so much for being here. Please take some time, stretch out those hamstrings, some forward folds, right? Some quad stretches, some glute stretches, maybe some stretches for the shoulders, the chest, and we will see you back next time.